My advice would be to work on your craft, right? So singing and acting and dancing, but also to find other things you love in this life, you know, whether it's reading or being with your family or whatever it might be. Because I think that interesting people make interesting actors. So, you know, if you just spend all of your time sort of focused on just one tiny, tiny little thing, it can be a little too much, right? It can be like a little bit too much pressure. That being said, there's never a day that I ever wanted to do anything else. And so I aligned my thinking toward that. I'm also a big believer in seeing what you want to happen, visualization, you know? So if you want a particular life, see it. Not only see it, but feel grateful for it, right? So see it in your mind and then feel the feeling of gratitude for having had that. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I believe it. I think we have mental roadblocks as people, you know? I think that, especially now, I will say with social media, I'm really relieved that I didn't grow up in this age of social media that you guys all live in, because what you're seeing when you look at someone's Instagram or Twitter is what they want you to see, right? So you're looking at someone's best day. Do you know what the word curated means? Yeah. Right. So you're looking at, so curated means that someone is sort of picking and choosing what they show you. So say in a day, they've fallen down, they've been pooped on by a bird, and they bought a great hat. They're like, look at my hat. And like, you don't know all the bad stuff that happened. I think a lot of times in social media, that's what happens. So if you're looking at a curated page, you're like, oh my gosh, that person is so much luckier than me. Why am I not like that? And then so you end up sort of comparing yourself all the time. And comparison is the worst. It's really leads to nothing good, you know? So the thing that I try to do is to remind myself that I've been given this precious life, right? I've been given this one precious life. And I can either do with it a tremendous amount of good, and I can try to positively affect the people in my near vicinity, and I can put good into the world through activism, or I can compare myself to someone else, wish them ill, and like feel sad. So ultimately what it amounts to is like, if there's light and dark in the world, and I believe there is, just try to always gently lean toward the light. My favorite part of being on stage is that I get to have like my heart beating at the same time as everybody else in that room. Mm-hmm. So at a time where we are constantly on our devices and not really connecting, we all decide for, 2.5, 3 hours that we're gonna sit in one room and we're gonna tell and appreciate the same story. And I think there's something really beautiful in communicating with other human beings in that way.